بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. إخوتي في الله، نبدأ بكتابنا صفة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال المؤلف حفظه الله تعالى: وعن عبد الله مولى أسماء أن أسماء أخرجت إلي جبة طيالسية. كيف؟ طيالسية. نعم، كأن حصل خطأ. طيالسية لابد يكون فيه يا نسبة. طيالسية هذا كأن هذا أسود. عليها لبنة شبر من ديباج كسرواني فرجاها مكفوفان به. مولى أسماء, he says that Asma, she brought out a jubba. Jubba is a coat. It could be translated to a coat. At the end of the sleeves, they had some type of dibaj, it's a form of silk. قالت هذه جبة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. She said, this is the jubba of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. كان يلبسها. The Prophet used to wear it. كانت عند عائشة رضي الله عنها فلما قبضت عائشة رضي الله عنها قبضتها إلي. This coat was with Aisha radiallahu anha after the Prophet died. And when Aisha passed away, Asma, or Mawla Asma, said that he took it. فنحن نغسلها للمريض منا ويستشفي بها. They use this coat. I don't understand exactly what they do, but they wash it and they use it for istishfa. It's the coat of the Prophet. What chapter we in? أي باب نحن فيه؟ مشروعية التبرك بالنبي. So they used to يتبركون. They used to use his hair as barakah, his sweat as barakah, his clothing also as what? As barakah. نعم. طيب إن شاء الله. اليوم نأخذ حديثا من عمدة الأحكام، ونحن في آخر هذا الباب. كان فيها 4 أحاديث، هذا آخر حديث. نحن في أحكام التيمم. التيمم، ما معنى التيمم؟ ولا تيمموا الخبيث، هكذا يقول ربنا في كتابه الكريم، ولا تيمموا الخبيث. من يجيب؟ ما معنى تيمموا الخبيث؟ نعم يا أبا بلال، القصد، لا تقصدوا الخبيث، لأن يعني هذا في النفقات. هذا في النفقات. نعم. كيف التيمم؟ من يعرف صفة التيمم؟ كيف يتيمم يا أبا مالك؟ ماذا تفعل؟ How do you make tayammum? Now you hit your hands on the turab. Then what do you do after that? Right, you wipe your face and you wipe your hands. Which one is face? Which one is first? The face or the hands? أيما أول؟ جاء هكذا وهكذا. نعم، جاء هكذا وهكذا. It comes in the Quran is the face, then the hands. It comes in the Hadith, the hands and the face. نعم، كله جائز. Both of them are permissible. Both of them are permissible. There comes a hadith that you go up to your forearms. The hadith is not إلى ضرب بالوجه وضرب اليدين إلى مرفقين. It comes a hadith like that. but it's not authentic. طيب إخوتي في الله الذي عنده جبيرة, somebody has a cast on his hand, or he has a wrap on his hand, he can't get it wet, it's on his arm. What does he do? What does he do? يمسح عليه. نعم. من كان يفعل هذا? Who used to wipe over it? Abdullah ibn Umar. هناك قول آخر وهو قوي. There's another opinion which is strong. What's the other opinion? نعم. من قال هذا؟ أنت أبو كريم أحسنت. أقربك ربك. نعم. لا تفعل شيء. ما أمرتكم به فأتوا منه ما استطعتم. Other opinion is strong that you don't do anything. You don't wipe over it. There's no delil came for wiping over it. Nah, the Prophet didn't do that. Nah, maybe that this is ijtihad from Ibn Umar. Nah, لكن لما فعله صحابي, when the Sahabi did it, وما خالفه أحد, and nobody opposed him from amongst the Sahaba, نحب هذا. We like that. Nah. ولكن عملا بقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, working with the statement of the Prophet, وما أمرتكم به فأتوا منه ما استطعتم. That which I command you to do, do it as much as you can. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم صلي قائما فإن لم تستطع فقائدا فإن لم تستطع فعلى الجنب. Pray standing. Is praying standing wajib? Is that wajib? Yes, it's wajib. No. But if you can't do it, then you pray sitting. No. And if you can't do that, then you pray laying down. No. فالأوامر مبنية على ماذا؟ الاستطاعة. All the commandments, they are based upon al-qudra, the ability to do it. No. So if you're not able to wipe over your cast or whatever it is that can't get wet, no. Ibn Umar, he used to just wipe over it with no water, just wipe over it. ما يعني ممكن يعني صعب ترك هذا. يعني when you see that Ibn Umar did it, من هو Ibn Umar؟ نعم. هو عالم من علماء الصحابة. نعم. تركه ما هو سهل. نعم. طيب, which one do you do? Ibn Umar did this. Other people, they say to do that. Which one do you do? What's the correct? What's the weightiest? How do you choose? Yeah, Abdul Ghani. What do you choose? You just close your eyes and take a choice. You take a coin, you throw it up. Heads, I'm with Ibn Umar. Tails, I'm with together. Nah, what do you do? هذا سؤال كبير. كلام طيب الذي تطمئن إليه النفس. Type, the one that you're comfortable with. But let's understand what that means. ما اسمك أنت يا أخانا؟ حسن. إسحاق. صقر. حياك أهلا مرحبا بك. ما شاء الله. نعم. The one that your nafs is comfortable with. What does that mean that your nafs is comfortable with it? Like Ibn Umar, I love him. Does that mean your nafs is comfortable with it? What does that mean? نعم. عندك يا ليث. ما معنى هذا؟ لا, both of them يؤيد الدليل. اختلاف يؤيده الدليل. Come on, we finished with that. نعم. Now we want to choose. I have to make a choice. You see, this alim, he chose that. And who yakhaf Allah. And this alim, he chose that one. He fears Allah also. What do you do? نعم يا بشير. الذي لا تشك فيه. نعم. المهم خلي هذا قاعدة في رأسك. الذي يقربك إلى الله أو يبعدك من النار. خلاص. The one that you think, if I do this, I don't think Allah is going to ask me about that. I'm not going to be punished. I have no problem doing that one. Nah. The one you feel safe with. Nah. It might be different from whatever you think. I think if I do that, I don't know. I think Allah might hold me accountable for that. I think my salah might be deficient. I'm not doing that. I can't do it. I don't feel comfortable. هذا معنى تطمئن إليه النفس. That you don't feel comfortable. The one that you feel comfortable with, you think, if I do this, هذا سيقربني, it's going to bring me closer to Jannah. Naam. Why? That's what you leave in your mind. it's between you and Allah. نعم between you and Allah. فطيب إذا اختلف الشيخ الألباني والشيخ بن باز يا عم نصر هو يوي أنتم مع الألباني أو بن باز ما هذا من اليمن وما ذاك من اليمن. يا خان محمد أنت مع من؟ الألباني أو ابن باز? Or one day you do his opinion, another day you do that opinion. What you gonna do? Yeah, Muhammad, what you gonna do? يا ماجد الجاري لا تفضح بنا. طيب, they both have dalil. We're finished with that. Dalil. They both have dalil قوي. What you gonna do? You're gonna go with Al-Albani, who is muhaddith. He's scholar hadith talking about. Are you gonna go with bin Baz? فقيه الأمة. مالك اشتغل. الذي يقربني إلى الله. Right, the one that brings me closer to Allah, the one that takes me further away from the hellfire. عفوا يا لا الذي أنت تطمئن الذي يبعدك من النار الذي أنت تحس وتشعر تطمئن أنا في سلام and this one I'm safe ما أخاف من شيء. نعم دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك. Leave what makes you doubt but that what doesn't make you doubt. يا محمود فهمت هذا? You understand that? No. It might differ with somebody else. You might differ with that. You're only responsible for your own self. So imagine that you praying and you're doing that and you're comfortable. Like, I know it's khilaf, but I'm murtah. I'm comfortable with it. That's what ibadah is about. No. هاي مرة كان في فتوى that if you're making salah and you break wudu, you made 2 rak'ahs وانتقد الوضوء. نعم انتقد الوضوء. You go make wudu and you come back فالتتم الذي باقي لك. You know, some people they see that if you made 2 rak'ahs وانتقد wudu, you have to go make wudu. You go make wudu. If you made 2 rak'ahs, you just finish that one. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense because you already did it. So I went and made wudu and I came back and I did that 1 rak'ah and I slammed out. Man, I was not comfortable at all. And Isha then came in. I was like, I'm never going to do that again, man. I wasn't comfortable. I thought I was comfortable beforehand, you know, because I choose that. I was like, oh, no, that's good. Nah. But after I did it, I felt I lost out. Nah. For sometimes, you feel comfortable with it, but as you learn more, as you grow more, as you know more, things change. But what if you make a decision, there's no problem with you making another decision tomorrow night. No, I see, no, I'm not with that anymore. Because you learn something new. نعم بارك الله فيكم. طيب نحن في آخر هذا الحديث في باب التيمم. قال المؤلف رحمه الله وعن جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أعطيت 5 لم يعطهن أحد من الأنبياء قبلي. I was given 5 things no one from the prophets before me were given the likes of it. نصرت بالرعب مسيرة شهر. I was aided with fear, with ru'b, the distance of a month. If the enemy heard that I was a distance of a month away, they were about to flee, about to run away. Muhammad wa Khamis. They heard that Muhammad and Khamis. ما معنى محمد وخميس؟ ما معنى محمد وخميس يا النبي؟ الجيش. لماذا يسمى خميس؟ Why is it called خميس؟ يا من عندك يا شهاب محمد وخميس مقدمة ومؤخرة وميمنة وميسرة. باقي ايش؟ القلب. نعم القلب. نعم So it's called Muhammad al-Khamis because the army had 5 sections. It had the Muqaddimah, which is in the front, those in the front, those in the back, those on the right, those on the left, and those in the middle. That's where the strategy was at that time. So the Jews on the Khaybar, they came out of their houses with their mishah. They had their farming tools. And all they were saying was, Muhammad al-Khamis. Muhammad and his army, they're on top of them. They weren't expecting it. For the Prophet was aided with what? With fear, the distance of a month. وَجُعِلَتْ لِي الْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا وَطُهُورًا. The earth is permissible for the Muslim to pray anywhere in the earth, anywhere. Also, the earth is tahur for him. He can use it for a tayammum, and that's the shahid here. That's the point in this hadith. إِلَّا الْمَقْبَرَةِ وَالْحَمَّامِ, as it comes in some of the narrations. So if somebody came to the masjid here and the masjid was closed, could he pray outside the masjid on the street right there? No. Pray anywhere. If he's traveling and he has to stop on the road, finds the Qibla and he prays. طيب. فأيما رجل من أمتي أدركته الصلاة فليصلي. For any man, listen to what he says, from my ummah, يعني هذا فضيلة لهذه الأمة. نعم. وهذا الذي نريد أن نذكر هذه الليلة، فضائل أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Anybody from my ummah, from my nation, the salah comes in, he can pray wherever he's at. هذا لا يتنافى مع وجوب ماذا؟ الصلاة في الجماعة. والصحيح أن هذا واجب. That doesn't negate that you have to pray in the jama'ah. But if you're traveling or wherever the case may be, it's permissible to pray anywhere in the world. وأحلت لي الغنائم, and the ghanima has been made permissible for me. ما معنى الغنيمة؟ يا من عندك يا أبا أحمد؟ ما معنى ايش هو غنيمة الجيش؟ ما حصلوا ماذا قلت؟ الفيء. لا، في شيء آخر. طيب أنت فتحت سؤال. طيب الغنيمة هو متاع الكفار. نعم، بعد القتال. نعم، الفيء is قتال. عفوا، الغنيمة is from fighting. نعم. So when they fight and they go attack that land over there, what do you think they have over there? They got camels, they had cows, they had money, they had gold. Muslims take it all. Al-Fay, بدون قتال. Al-Ghanima is called Ghanima if they fight for it. And the Fay is without fighting. Man عنده دليل that the Fay is without fighting. نعم. وما أفاء الله، أفاء الله من في. نعم. وما أفاء الله على رسوله منهم زغل خير. فما أوجفتم عليه، ما تعبتم عليه، يعني ما في قتال. وما أفاء الله على رسوله أرجعه إلى رسوله. نعم. في بمعنى رجوع. نعم. فإن فاءوا إن الله غفور رحيم. ايش الآية في الحجرات؟ فإن فاءت يعني فإن رجعت. نعم. فما أفاء وما أفاء الله على رسوله, that which Allah gave his messenger from faith. فما منهم from the kuffar. فما أوجفتم عليه من خيل ولا ركاب. ما تعبتم, you didn't struggle for it. Getting on your horses and riding and fighting, it was no struggle. Why was no struggle? Why didn't they have to fight over it? Why not have to support? Yeah, the people, they fled. They surrendered. No fighting. They didn't want to fight. No. ففتحت يحصل بالغنيمة. Did Islam spread by the sword? No, Islam spread by the sword. The Christianity spread by the sword? Nah, spread by the sword. And all these adyan spread by the sword. Nah. It all spread by the sword. Nah. So if anybody wants to blame us for that, what? No, Akhil Ummah, we're the last ones. Y'all started way before us. Nah. You should see, you should read the fights between the Jews and the Christians. You should read the fight between the Christians and the Catholics. Dominated. No, bloodshed between them. The Catholics, they make every Christian say, بالتثليث. نعم. هذا خاصة الكاثوليك. نعم. وألزمه ومن خالف قتله. نعم. نعم. You find that a lot of Christians, they do not like the Catholics. ما يحبون الكاثوليك. نعم. So you have the Protestants, you have all kinds of different sects. لأنهم انتشروا ألزموا. Put in Google فضائح the Catholics, the atrocities of the Catholics. Put it in Google. I dare you. Oh, it's going to pull up the screen. Put it in your Google. Nuh-uh. Write that. Nah. The atrocities of the Catholics. They shed blood. They're the ones that came with saying that Isa is the son of Allah. Other Christians never said that. And Allah is the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, Rasulullah, Tathlith. Other Christians didn't say that. So هذا لما كانوا يقتلون الناس كان السبب لكثير منهم دخول الإسلام. لأن كانوا يوحدون. كان المسلمون يوحدون. المسلمون, they were saying Allah is one. And that's how they understood Allah was one. And they dominate till today. The Christians, they say Allah is three. Not all of them. Not all of them. طيب. فعندنا فتحات بماذا؟ بالغنائم يعني بالقتال وبالفي. هذه فتحات استسلموا. وصم بالصلح. الصلح. نعم. وصم بالصلح. ولم تحل لأحد قبلي. It was not permissible for the ummahs before al-ghanima. They just had to leave it. They could take no part. Whatever the kuffar left up, a fire will come down from the sky and burn it all up. A fire will come down from the sky and burn it all up. It comes from the hadith of Abi Hurairah في قصة يوشع بن نون. قال وأعطيت الشفاعة. وهذه الشفاعة العظمى لنبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه يشفع لهذه الأمة. نعم. intercession. وكان النبي يبعث إلى قومه خاصة وبعثت إلى الناس عامة. A prophet, all the prophets before him, they were sent specifically to their people. نعم. وإلى عاد أخاهم هودا وإلى ثمود أخوهم صالح. Each people had their specific prophet. As for our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's been sent to all of the world. Kafa. نعم. طيب بارك الله فيكم. الله سبحانه وتعالى فضل هذه الأمة على غيرها. نعم. وفضلها, Allah preferred this ummah over all the other ummahs. وكان من قبل قد فضل بني إسرائيل. Allah فضل بني إسرائيل. Once upon a time they were the greatest. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحُكْمَ وَالنُّبُوَّةَ وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. يعني عالم زمانهم. And we gave Bani Israel, certainly, we gave Bani Israel al-Hukum. Al-Kitab, they gave him revelation. Wal-Hukum, which is knowledge. Wal-Nubuwah, they had the most prophets. The most prophets. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ. We gave them all the طيبات, halal. And we chose them over the whole world. Allah preferred them. في آية أخرى الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأني فضلتكم على العالمين. اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم O Bani Israel, remember the ni'mah of Allah upon you, and I preferred you over the whole world. Then after that, جاءت أمة محمد يقول ربنا سبحانه وتعالى كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. هذا أنتم منهم. نعم. You're the best of ummah has been brought out of all of mankind. تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. Enjoying what is right, forbid what is wrong, and you believe in Allah. لو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خير لهم. If they believed, it would have been better for them. منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون. Some amongst them are believers, but most of them are sinful. طيب يا إخوة نقرأ بعض الأحاديث. We want to read some hadith in the fadl of هذه الأمة. يا إخوة Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala جعلنا إخوة. He made us brothers. نعم. قال إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. The best of you all are those that have the most taqwa. This is something that all Muslims know. Nah. It doesn't matter what race you are, how much money you have. And the Muslims feel like that. They live like that. وَالْكَمَالِ لِلَّهِ وَالْكَمَالِ لِلَّهِ. They are those that fall short. You know, from the عصبية والجاهلية. Still هذه الأشياء ما زال معنا. نسأل الله العافية. There's some amongst us that still have things of jahiliyyah with us, racism, whatever you want to call it. But the Muslims are brothers. إنما المؤمنون إخوة. Now the brothers, Muslims are brothers. There's a statement that the people say, the most segregated hour. يعني في هناك ساعة أشد الساعة الناس مفترقون فيه. The most segregated hour الناس مفترقون فيه هذه الساعة إلى الغاية. What's the most segregated hour? تعرف يا أبو صبور? The most segregated hour. نعم يا محمود. نعم. Sunday when the Christians go to church. هذا أشد الافتراق في العالم. The Chinese, they just go to the Chinese church. That's it. And the Sodom and the Chinese, they just go to that church. The black people, they just go to the black church. That's it. They do not go over to that white church, and they better not. In some places, now the white people they just go to the white church. That's it. The Japanese, they just go to the Japanese church. That's it. That's it. Now, wait in the ukhuwa. They don't even feel like brothers. ما يحسون أخوة. They don't even act like brothers. No. فالمسلم هو يذهب إلى أقرب المسجد. نعم. يريد يؤدي الفريضة. The Muslim goes to the closest masjid that he can. نعم. يريد يؤدي الفريضة. He doesn't just go to the masjid on Jum'ah, first of all. نعم. عنده مقصد. He has a purpose of going to the masjid. It's not for his people. ما هو يلتقي مع أصحابه. لا. You have to go to the masjid. You have a wajib. يؤدي. You have to fulfill a wajib, a فريضة. نعم. فهذا الذي هو في بال. نعم. فهذا الفضل. الله سبحانه وتعالى جعلنا إخوة. نعم. والمسلم له حقوق. Yes, rights of his brother. نعم. فنحاول أن نؤدي هذه الحقوق يا إخوة. نحاول. نعم. لا تخلي شيطان يحرش بيننا. Don't let shaitan come between us. هو حريص. نعم. Shaitan is حريص to make us different and make us recognize our differences. نعم. ما هو العالم الذي يريد؟ إنما ينهاكم من أجل أن الشيطان جاء إلى إبليس يقول أن الله نهاه عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكون ملكين أو تكون من الخالدين. نعم. فميزهم. نعم. نعم. يقول you're different from them. نعم. نعم. المهم نسأل الله العافية. We have أخوة. Everybody should be happy and proud to be from أمة محمد. أفضل أمة. جاء من حديث ابن عباس رضي الله عنه قال عرضت علي الأمم. All the ummahs have been presented to me. I've seen all of them. عرضت علي الأمم. نعم. عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام كان عنده أمة. Prophet Isa had أمة. وموسى كان عنده أمة. وإبراهيم ونوح وداود سليمان. عرضت علي الأمم. The Prophet seen all of them. نعم. ايش اكبرها؟ موسى عليه الصلاه والسلام وبني اسرائيل. نعم. فجعل النبي والنبيان يمرون معهم رهط. So one prophet and another prophet, they just had a رهط. كم نفر في رهط؟ 9 إلى 9 ما يتجاوز 10. A prophet had 10 followers. Now the prophet had 10 followers. والنبي ليس معه أحد. One prophet, he had no followers. فالعدد الأتباع ما يدل على الحق. The number of followers, it doesn't determine whether you're on the truth or not on the truth. هل النبي على الحق؟ والله, the prophet's upon truthfulness. So the truthfulness is not judged by his followers. لا يعرف الحق بأتباعه. لكن يعرف بالكتاب والسنة بالدليل. It's known by the dalil, by the truth. حتى رفع عليه سواد عظيم. Then the prophet saw a whole group of people. نعم. فقلت ما هذا؟ أمتي هذه? Prophet said, what is that? Is that my ummah? قيل هذا موسى وقوم. He saw a big group of people, the biggest that he saw. They said, no, this is Musa and his people. انظروا إلى الأفق. They told the prophet, look on the other ufuk, the other horizon. This came up from a horizon, but look in another area. نعم. انظروا إلى الأفق فإذا سواد يملأ الأفق. He saw a sawad, like a whole group of people. They took up the whole horizon. ثم قيل لي انظر ها هنا. They told him, look over here, another area. ثم قيل لي انظر ها هنا. Look over there. في الآفاق السماء, in all the other directions. فإذا سواد عظيم ملأ الأفق قيل هذه أمتك. أمة محمد كبير. It was said to him, this is your ummah. فأمتنا أكبر أمة. أكبر أمة. نعم. فكلها تعتز بهذا. نعم. فضيلة. What ummah? What do people even believe that they even in the ummah? Nah. Ask them what nation you're in. Who you belong to? Who is your prophet? Who you follow? ما يحسون. Nah, they have no idea. They don't feel they even belong to a ummah. أنت من أمة محمد. نعم. You're from the ummah of Muhammad. صلى الله عليه وسلم. افرح بها. قال هذه أمتك يدخلون الجنة من هؤلاء 70,000 بغير حساب. نعم. في رواية أنهم يدخلون الجنة في أولهم 70,000 يدخلون بغير حساب. That they enter Jannah in front of them is going to be the first of them 70,000. They're going to enter Jannah. No hisab. No questioning. I mean, immediately they enter. ثم دخل ولم يبين لهم الحديث فيها طول. Then the prophet got up and he explained to them who they were. And when the prophet came back out, he said, هم الذين لا يسترقون ولا يتطيرون ولا يكتوون وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. The prophet said they don't request ruqya. No, they don't request ruqya. There's a narration. It says لا يرقون وهو في مسلم لكن هذه اللفظة شاذ. No, the one that says لا يرقون, that they don't give ruqya, وإن كان في صحيح مسلم, even though it's in صحيح مسلم, هذه اللفظة شاذ. That is not authentic. نعم. ولكن الصحيح لا يسترقون, they don't request ruqya. لا يسترقون. Is it permissible to request ruqya? Is it permissible? Nah, ما فيها شيء. Nah, it's permissible. If you need it and you have to request it, nah. لكن كل هذه الأمور يدل على كمال التوكل. All of these affairs that the Prophet mentions here, it shows the level of iman with tawakkul and dependence that they have on Allah. لا يسترقون, they don't ask people to make ruqya for them. ولا يتطيرون, وهذا من أمور الجاهلية ويسمى طيرة. وأنا أحدهم كان إذا أرادوا سفرا, one of them, if they came out of the house and they wanted something, if they just saw one thing to make them change their mind, they would, يتشاءمون. They feel bad luck if they saw something. هذا خلاصته عنه التشاؤم. ولا يكتبون, ما معنى لا يكتبون؟ يا أهل اليمن أنتم تعرفون هذا. نعم نعم, يعني خبرة. ايش مين واحد؟ عبد الرحمن. نعم. ما هو الكي؟ يا يوسف, ما هو الكي؟ ايش الميزان؟ الكي. نعم يا إخوة, in Yemen and other places, نعم, they take a piece of steel, metal, and they put it in the fire. It's hot. A friend of mine from Hudaydah, there's a wadi called Wadi Moor. It's a big wadi. When the rain comes, يأتي سيل كبير. نعم. فhe was a little boy, على حسب ما أخبرني. He went to look at the sail. It was so big, he got afraid and just stayed in shock. And he wasn't the same. So they have cake. They have this piece of metal. They put it in the fire, and they just touch you with it like that. That's it. And he has a mark right here on his head. They put it on his head, and he's Salim to today. Today he's Salim. Sometimes they do it on their knee. It's painful. But it's just a little tap. It's a piece of metal. Hot. And you see some of them have a burn hair, or they might have it on their knee. Some have arthritis, and they put that on their knee, and it's gone. بعد عقله. هكذا يا عم علي, أنت تعرف هذا؟ نعم. He brings his intellect back, because he saw this bait that in Yemen they have what's called a sail. Wait, I didn't know anything about the sail. Sail. Nah, we have a when you say wadi, there's an area that when the rain flows, when it comes this way. It's like a stream, but it's like from here to there. Now it's bigger than that. Now, so when I got there, they said, "Be careful of the sail." I'm like, what is the sail? When it rains, watch it. What is it? Oh, nah. Because the rain comes down off of that mountain, and then it comes off of that mountain, and it comes off of that mountain. That water comes down off of the mountain, and it gathers up down here. Nah, man, it comes through. In the match, people have died from the sail. Nah. They get in the sail, and it pushes them, and it runs them straight into a tree. I mean, it pushes you, you're gone. Nah. Cars, everything, hajar, sakhra, rocks. Nah. And I tell you, don't try to cross it. So sometimes me and my family, we will go to the masjid at night, and the sail will come at night. I would have to find a brother for me to spend the night over there, because we couldn't go back. We can't go back now. So you have to wait like 5 hours to that water come down to like under your knees. And then you can like handle it, and it's taking you now. So it's better when you're with your family, you have your kids, you wait till the next morning and you go. All of it is raindrops. Sometimes the sail will come, يا إخوة يأتي السيل وما كان نزل المطر عندك. ليس كذلك؟ بركة من الله. Sometimes this stream comes and rain never even came there, but the rain came over there. Now the rain came over there. Rain here in America, rain here, they hate rain. Nah. The news reporter, the weatherman says, today's a horrible day. It's a rainy day. So when I went to Yemen, Ana Amriki, I don't like rain. When it rained, the kids run out in the street. Everybody, they purposely get wet. I'm like, what's wrong with these Majaneen? What's wrong with these people? How they running out in the rain? Even while I was years in Damascus, if I saw there was clouds and anything, like we would pray in the masjid, in the Mashrou'iyah. We would pray there, then we would go to the masjid where Sheikh Yahya is, and Sheikh Muqbil. If I saw it was cloudy and rainy, I would go back home. And I would think, Al-Yemeni, if it's going to rain, rain or don't rain, it's no difference. I would be going home. I would like, you going to the dust? I said, yeah, I'm going to the dust. I was like, fi matar. Like, so what is matar? What would that mean that is matar? And as matar is the reason for life. I mean, it's not just the reason for life. كله. نعم. فسامحنا على القصص. مرة كنت في حضرموت. It didn't rain in 3 years. 3 years. So when we got down there, it rained. People are crying. Ajaz yabkun annas fi farah. They're just talking. You saw the rain. They call. إلى اليوم today. Somebody might send me a picture from Hadramaut that it rained. That's how much they love rain. I look at the picture. It's just a pond. It's just a puddle of water on the floor. That's what it should be. A puddle of water on the floor. It rained. That's how much they like it. When it rains, I don't know these things. It rained. So it rained so much that everything in the Mazada is all gooey and it's all sticky and muddy. So they had to wait a week. They waited a week. So after the week, they got at the Harratha. And they're planting their seeds, So I'm like, why are they planting their seeds now? If the rain is over, what makes them think it's going to rain again? It doesn't have to rain again. The barakah and have that water. It was going to grow all that wheat all the way up from one rain. They didn't plant the seeds for 7 days after the rain. هذا ما في عجب. أنا متعجب من هذا. أنتم ما في عجب. نعم. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you planting the seeds now? 7 days after the rain. And lo and behold, they're coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. And let another rain come. The 2 rains is on 2 rains. And it's enough for it to grow up and they have food for their animals, food for their animals. Barakallahu fikum. Fi akhiri hadha hadith, the Prophet said, La yastarqun. They don't request ruqya. La yatatayyarun. They don't yatasha'am. They don't believe in bad luck. La yaktawun. They don't do this. It's a treatment for illness. When they put this piece of metal in the fire, somebody has to know what they're doing. تركنا درسنا نرجع إليه غدا. لهم يعني علاجات في اليمن عجيبة. مرة كنت أتعلم عند واحد اسمه غالب. نعم. He had this thing called a فجيئة. They have a thing called فجيئة. يعني أحيانا يحصل الولد أو واحد فجأة فيأتي إسهال. خلاص. نعم. يخاف من شيء يأتي إسهال. يسمى فجيئة. So it happens to men and women. He takes their stomach and he massages it down. He massages it. He massages it. Massages it. Massages it. Then he takes the imama and he ties it on the upper part of their stomach. And he can't open it up until like before Fajr. And before Fajr, he untie it. There's no more ishaq. أنا قد جربت. أنا كنت أتعلم عند الرجل، ولكن جاء المشاكل اليمنية خرب الدرس. نعم. ولكن نعم, every the little babies come, men come, نعم, and they massage your stomach, and they massage it down, then they tie it up at the top. يعني علاجات يعني شعبية. نعم. مرة I hurt my leg very, very bad in Yemen. I hurt my leg very bad. I banged it very bad and I was limping. So I went في الجامعة الجديدة في صنعاء الشهريدين. There's this guy شعبي. He goes, you come in his office, there's no chairs, you sit on the floor. This guy comes, his neck hurt. This guy's just with his hands. He comes in, and you give him whatever you give him. You give him 500, whatever you give, he doesn't look. Whatever you pay, he doesn't look. So this guy, his back is hurt, and this guy, his back, this one his neck, this one his finger, this one, he's just with his hand. He's finished. That's it. He's finished. Ooh, yeah, So I said, I'm not screaming. Hey, listen, I ain't screaming. He went over to this woman's area. All he hears, Nah, he just pop with his hands. So my problem was my leg. I couldn't bend it. I couldn't straighten it or anything. So he was bending it, and I'm like, I'm not screaming. I ain't no punk. So he saw that I was like holding up, so he squeezed it and he pushed it big, pushed it in. So he pushed it, he said, okay, it looks like you're okay under the cloud. Then when I wasn't looking, he pushed it in hard, and I scared the whole entire hospital. Nah. Wallahi, he only uses 2 rulers. You know those little yellow wood rulers that break in half? What you pay to go there, you have to buy 2 rulers and a wrap. It costs you like 200 riyals. That's it. And he just ties that together. You broke your wrist, he just tied it together. He put 2 rulers on my leg and he wrapped it with a little shasha. Whatever you give him, just put it in his pocket. That's it. You just put it in his pocket. My whole leg was better. The leg became stronger than the other leg. The leg became stronger than the other leg. وأنا ما أدري هو ما زال هناك. أنا قد نسيت اسمه. نعم. يا إخوة نكتفي بهذا القدر. وإن شاء الله نكمل هذا الدرس إن شاء الله من الغد. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.